This extraordinary event off the coast of South Africa astonished everyone who heard about it. One day, Miguel set out to sea with his team. No one was aware of what was about to happen. They stopped at a spot far from the reef and dove into the water. The divers needed to collect some data, and today was an ideal day as the visibility was clear. Everything was going smoothly in the first few minutes when suddenly something unexpected occurred. The divers were in the territory of humpback whales, often referred to as the gentlest giants of the sea. It was normal for them to be found in deep waters, but that day, one of them was about to behave strangely. Miguel's diving partner had to return to the boat with the data they had collected. Meanwhile, Miguel decided to take a little tour of the ocean. Diving alone was not a problem for Miguel, but it did have its dangers. As a group of humpback whales swam by, one of them separated from the others and started swimming towards Miguel. Even though these animals were gentle, a collision with a human could cause serious harm. Normally, one could escape by swimming away, but this time the giant whale was following Miguel directly. As the whale approached, Miguel reached out his hand and patted it. This was quite special, but a few minutes later, the whale used its fin to try to pull Miguel underneath it. Miguel struggled to swim away, but the whale kept pushing him. He was facing a very dangerous situation. Additionally, the barnacles attached to the whale's skin were cutting into his diving suit. Miguel, unable to get away, began to panic. He was alone and staring death in the face. Suddenly, the whale made a different move. It started pushing Miguel towards its snout. No matter how strong a swimmer he was, he couldn't escape. Then, the whale began pushing him towards the surface. The team saw Miguel with the humpback whale, but they were too far away to intervene. No one could do anything to a 30-ton animal. What happened next was shocking. Even though Miguel saw the boat, there was no way he could reach it. Escaping from the whale while in the water was impossible. After all, he couldn't outswim the whale. He had spent his life fascinated by these waters since childhood, but now for the first time he was truly afraid of this place. What saddened him even more was that whales were his favorite animals. Everyone on the boat watched Miguel in shock. They knew that normally these whales did not behave like this. The situation became even more terrifying. The whale opened its mouth wide and swallowed Miguel. Everyone was frozen in fear. Some of the divers immediately jumped into the water and started swimming towards the whale. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. After a while, there was no sign of Miguel. They had to call the sea rescue team. No one could utter a single word. Miguel and the whale were both out of sight. A few minutes later, something amazing happened. The giant whale suddenly surfaced right next to the boat, and with a loud noise, it forcefully spouted water. Miguel was ejected from the whale's mouth, soared into the air, and then fell hard into the water. The people on the boat immediately jumped into the water and pulled Miguel back onto the boat. The unfortunate man had lost consciousness and was faint. They quickly started the boat and began speeding towards the shore. In the meantime, Miguel began to regain consciousness. After confirming that he was all right, his friends bombarded him with questions. Everyone was curious about what had happened and how Miguel had escaped from the whale's mouth or stomach. According to Miguel's account, when he encountered the whale, he was surrounded by sharks. He was desperately and frantically trying to swim towards the boat, but it was too far away. At that moment, the whale opened its mouth wide and took Miguel inside, holding him there. At a certain point, Miguel realized that resisting was not a good idea. He thought it best to relax and let himself go. The giant whale swam towards the boat and, sensing that the danger had passed, expelled Miguel along with a gush of water from its mouth, propelling him outside. Miguel quickly ascended and hit the water. The impact caused him to lose consciousness. The whale then disappeared, gliding into the depths of the sea. Miguel's friends on the boat were unsure whether the whale had deliberately saved Miguel, or if it was just a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, according to Miguel, the whale had consciously saved his life and he owed his life to it. When they reached the shore, Miguel was immediately taken to the hospital and treated. The incident quickly spread around the world. In an interview on a TV program, Miguel said he felt a big push and then everything went completely dark before realizing he was inside the whale's mouth. Then suddenly, the whale surfaced and started shaking its head. I was just flung into the air and fell into the water. I was free and just floating there. I couldn't believe it. I'm here to tell the story, he said. Since that day, Miguel has gone out to sea almost every day, hoping to encounter the whale that saved his life, and he continues to do so. Please don't forget to like the video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel.